coming in. White flag raised, they're off in the Chanelle Pharma Novice hurdle, grade 1 over 2 miles and 8 flights as they turn in. And it is Dancing on My Own, the early leader, tracked by Classical Dream and Vision d'Honneur, white cap on the outside of Entuca, who's followed to flight number 1 by stable companion Triplicate, then Adamon, and settled in at the back of the field, Valdieu. First flight coming up, the first of 8, and Dancing on My Own is out in front of Classical Dream, who's followed by Vision d'Honneur. Fourth is Entuca, and then Adamon, who's bidding to win back-to-back grade 1s over course and distances, 2 behind Valdieu and Triplicate. Heading on towards the second flight, and it's Dancing on My Own and Rachel Blackmore with the lead. Classical Dream, Ruby Walsh in second, and then Vision d'Honneur and Jack Kennedy third on the outside of Entuca and Mark Walsh, and then Adamon, Paul Townend, Valdieu, Sean Flanagan with the back marker, Triplicate and Barry Geraghty. Over the second flight, taking them on towards the final mile and a half, and it's Dancing on My Own, the leader from Classical Dream, and then Vision d'Honneur. On the inside is Entuca, and then Adamon, who's in between Valdieu and Triplicate, as they race on away from flight number 3. A good run to the fourth at the halfway stage. Dancing on My Own maintains the lead of a couple of lengths over Classical Dream, then Entuca. Alongside Entuca is Vision d'Honneur, and then Adamon, Valdieu, and finally Triplicate. As the field of 7 turn at the 10 to go down towards the far side of the track with another 5 flights left to jump. Dancing on My Own with Classical Dream much closer in second. Third is Vision d'Honneur, and fourth is Entuca, who's followed by Adamon. And beside Adamon is Valdieu and Triplicate in rear. Setting their sights on the fourth flight at halfway. Dancing on My Own over this flight, followed by Classical Dream and Vision d'Honneur. Entuca is fourth, and then Adamon and Valdieu and Triplicate is the back marker as they race now towards the centre flight in the back straight. They've 4 more left to jump in the Chanelle Pharma Novice hurdle. Dancing on My Own leads Classical Dream, then Vision d'Honneur and Entuca. The final 3 are Adamon, Valdieu and Triplicate. Less than 7 furlongs to go, and they've 3 to jump. And it's Dancing on My Own, yet to be headed. Classical Dream on the outside, tracked by Vision d'Honneur, and then Entuca, Adamon, Valdieu and Triplicate. At the third and final flight in the back straight, where Classical Dream landed with the advantage. It's just headed Dancing on My Own. A length and a half back to Vision d'Honneur, who's followed by Entuca and Adamon. On the outside is Valdieu, and just being pushed along in rear is Triplicate. Off the back straight they come with 2 to jump in the Chanelle Pharma Novice hurdle, and it is Classical Dream on the outside with a very small margin over Dancing on My Own. Tracked towards the second last by Vision d'Honneur. A couple of lengths then to Adamon, who's trying to improve ahead of Entuca, and then Valdieu and Triplicate as they run the home turn. 1 flight to jump, Classical Dream and Ruby Walsh in the lead, with Vision d'Honneur and Jack Kennedy round the outside of Dancing on My Own and Rachel Blackmore, who've given best. Then Adamon and Paul Townend, these 4 appear to have between them. Racing down to the final flight, it's Classical Dream. Adamon on the outside is staying on. Vision d'Honneur in between horses. Classical Dream with coming his stable companion Adamon on the near side. Adamon and Paul Townend have got to Classical Dream. They're neck and neck. 100 yards to go. Adamon with Classical Dream battling back on the inside. It's going to be on the bob. Classical Dream has fought back to win it for Ruby Walsh, with Adamon second in a thriller. 1-2 for Klaus Otten, then Vision d'Honneur. Dancing on My Own, Triplicate next.